Getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, they know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your blown. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25. Five-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Five.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 30-yard play on third. Now back to throw.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
94 is the mark. 98. Charlie.
2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Let's go now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
2. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Matthew Ioannidis busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Here we go.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Hey, I 7.
He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Hey, over.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. So quite a turn of events right there.
Indeed it is. I mean, they thought the worst that could happen was they'd get a field goal attempt to break the tie. Instead, interception, long return, and now the other guys have a great shot to go ahead.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. This one fielded at the 5. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 6 there on first. 4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Second and 4. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's Locke going up top. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is incomplete.
They had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. They'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 23. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That one is caught by Hunt. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down, Saints.
Ready. 10 Lobo. Watch the run. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Let's go. 30 base. Hey, high 7. Here we go. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Cut. 58.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Come
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Well, Charles, looked like that had to be a mix-up there defensively.
You always question that type of confusion. They actually lost it in the middle of the field, gave him all sorts of room to run, and he took big-time advantage of it. That's an error you just can't make on the defensive side of the ball.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he'll be out of bounds. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The pass there complete to Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st down, Locke. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. Lock to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Get ready, get ready.
Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. To throw it is Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Locke going to try and throw on third down. And it's caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Locke to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Point after, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Play to win. Let's go.
Ready, set.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Oh, he's going to let this go for the... And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Go.
They can't hang with us.
Let go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side complete. That's Banks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and 6.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans.
First down,
Hey,
Saints.
let go.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
45.
2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 19. And now look at him go. The 20, 10. And they will score a pick-6 for Bears touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. This is taken at the 3. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Saints have retaken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And again this time to the tailback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guy will take over at the 30-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. He'll have a first down inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. They go play action here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 13. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 13 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They look to throw. It's locked. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Locke will try again on 2nd down. Completes it to Davis. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Locke now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Going for the deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. After the turnover, here's Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he completes it to Hunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple of... yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Uncorks one for Davis. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Lock gonna go on fourth down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready. Hey, Delta. Twist on Travis.
94 is the mark. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Get it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That last catch, a big one, folks. He's now gone over 300 yards receiving in this game. It is a game for the ages. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 3 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's third down.
50, plant. Hey, echo. Ready?
On third and long, it's Locke. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over first and goal. They'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
18 Raider, 61, matchbox right. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. This one caught by Davis. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I got the game and I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They LA they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on.